Joining us now on the phone line is the MD and CEO of Union Bank, Mr. Rajkiran Rai, and Shraddha Babala is here to take us through the interaction. Shraddha.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rai. Just wanted to know what is the outstanding that is there against Totem Infrastructure and what is Union Bank's exposure?
Out of the 1,400 crores, which is including the interest up to date, our exposure is close to about 350 crores kind of thing. But then this is the NPA of 2012. So as of March 2012, our exposure was around 150 crores.
So when had you recognized this as an NPA, and is it completely 100% provided for?
It is 100% provided, and we recognized it as a fraud subsequently because some of the reports indicated that, and our committees more than 1 year back had given direction to file the complaint, and the process of filing a complaint was going on because there are a lot of information to be submitted, and it got registered this week.
Sir, but the fraud was reported back in 2012. Why is it that it is being reported, or why is the CBI complaint being filed now?
No, this fraud has come out more than 1 year back. See, actually, it was an infrastructure company. So they failed to complete many projects, so guarantees got invoked, and a company went bad, and 2012 it became NPA. So that time the total exposure of the banking industry to the group, we are a lead bank, there are 6 other banks. So actually at that time it was about 700 plus exposure. So with the interest for the last 5 years it has reached this level. So that is one thing we need to understand. And then it has gone bad. Only during 2016, some of the reports, because we were doing the recovery process, certain things came out which hinted that there may be some fraud in the account, like diversion of funds and other misuse. So after that, our committees, because there are scrutiny committees meant for this purpose, so it was directed to file the complaint and to declare it as fraud. So it is not because of the present scenario, it was there, but only the complaint got registered this week.
So there's been a lot of chatter around the stress in the power sector of late. Could you tell us what is Union Bank's exposure to the power sector, and how much of your power assets are likely to slip into NPAs in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, because actually we have about 4,500 crores of standard assets as of 31st December 2012 in SDR and S4A. Out of that, nearly 2,500 crores is thermal power.
And sir, of that, how much do you expect will slip into NPAs in the fourth quarter?
Now, as per RBI guidelines, all these SDR, S4A accounts which were standard as of December are likely to slip unless there is a modification. They are likely to slip because there is no forbearance under this SDR and S4A now. So, if there is no change till 31st March, all of these accounts will slip, all SDR, S4A accounts.
And sir, what is the kind of incremental impact that Union Bank will see in the NPAs and provisions in the fourth quarter on the back of RBI's 12th February circular?
It may be slightly more than the last quarter. But then, I will not be able to share the numbers at this point of time. But one thing I would like to add here, so the similar number is going to get resolved in the next quarter because the first list of NCLT cases, so we are in the final stage of approvals now. So those cases are substantial. So I think about 4,000 to 5,000 crores for Union Bank is likely to get resolved in the next quarter, Q1 of next year. So I think we'll be back to normalcy by 30th June.
Right, sir. But have there been any discussions with the RBI for forbearance on power loans for this quarter?
We have requested through IBA. So let us see, because particularly the thermal power units, so they are under different restructuring processes at this point of time. And the reason for these accounts becoming NPA are beyond those promoters, basically. It may be the power purchase agreements, it may be coal tie-ups. So I think there are reasons why these accounts are becoming NPA. So they need some support and hand-holding. And that's why we are expecting some forbearance at least in the thermal power units. Let us see how it evolves.
Okay, and so what about the kind of MTM treasury hit that you're expecting in this quarter, because bond yields have only continued to inch upwards after 31st December as well?
If you have seen, actually, the yields have come down by almost 20 basis points from the peak. In the last few days, the yields have moderated to a great extent. So, anything between 7.50 to 7.60. Because we have already marked to market our portfolio in December at 7.32 levels. So it depends. If it ends at 7.50, it is only 18 basis points like where we need to factor in. So if anything below 7.60, our mark to market will be much less than last quarter.
All right, Mr. Rai, thank you very much for speaking with Bloomberg.